This is an Insta class for concussion warriors, brain injury survivors, and TBI caregivers. I'm going over 5 common TBI nutrition problems I see when working with clients, 5 potential solutions, and all this under 5 minutes. Today is day 4, and problem number 4, we're talking poop. Yeah. Poop. Yeah, it's a great conversation. Not one we typically have at the dinner table. Well, I sometimes do. That's an aside. But it's a conversation I definitely have with my clients a lot. Digestive problems are common post-brain injury. Now, either it's the digestive problems showed up after the brain injury, or I've also met a number of people who had some sort of irritable bowel syndrome before, and then since the injury, that's just gotten worse. The issue can be pooping too much or not pooping enough, or maybe even alternating back and forth between the two. Now, there are a lot of different reasons why this can be happening. One is depending on how the brain was injured, sometimes people actually have a slowdown in how their digestive system moves food through the system. That can slow down and that can cause, a number of problems. Also, when it comes to things like irritable bowel syndrome, stress is a very large factor, and I don't think I have to tell you that a brain injury and everything around it is quite stressful. Now, when we look at how does nutrition play a role in this, we can again look at it in 2 different ways. We can look at the food and kind of your diet itself for, how can we manage these digestive problems and how can we optimize the gut? And then there's also looking at the bigger picture of food. Is everything around food and diet making you more stressed and therefore adding to the irritable bowel syndrome? Now, it's hard to give really generalized problem-solving solutions for this because digestive problems are quite unique from person to person. People might have different trigger foods, and for people who do have this sort of slow down in how much the gut and the stomach moves food through the system, there's a whole other kind of way that we manage that. But for general kind of irritable bowel syndrome and optimizing gut health, here are a couple of things that we can look at. So solution number 1 is having a throwback to yesterday, looking at ways that we can make food less stressful. And one of those ways is to ask for help. Help in the kitchen, help with groceries, help. Now, number 2, if we want to look at kind of the diet itself, so long as you haven't, unless you've been told different by your healthcare provider, increasing fiber, increasing specifically soluble fiber is really great for helping that gut, whether it's too much or not enough poop coming out. Okay? Now, anytime you increase fiber, we're also going to be increasing water intake. And yes, there is such a thing as too much water. So increase to a level that is not affecting your appetite. We still need you to eat food, and you want to because that's what's going to help you get better. Stay tuned. I've got a free webinar coming up where we elaborate on all this and put it to practice. Go to the link in my bio and register for that. It's free. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow for the last day.